Greetings, beloved human family. This is Gilles. I come back to continue to speak about spirituality, about the inner self, about the unipolar reality, the energies of love. So, for all that is just my thought, my idea, my perspective. For those who do not, there is many people that will not resonate, that has they are spiritual people that believe in God, that are holding on to their dogmas. But the universe is really blowing up all that for now. There is a great deal of tests and exams. It is very intense right now for everybody. The whole humanity is being tested. The whole humanity is being put to the challenge. Why is that? It is the last exam. It is the final exam to qualify a part of humanity that will be qualified to enter into this new age, this golden age. It's an age of peace, an age of wisdom, an age of concord and harmony. For that, we cannot hold on do not judge yourself, do not judge others. From the soul level, we already know whether we want that ascension or whether we're going to postpone it until the next portal in a few 100,000 years. So those who do not want it, who are too attached to the 3D world, the power over, the manipulation, the battle, the conflict, the ego thing, we'll have to go to another planet. They will continue their cycle there, but the Earth is ready for that, for this ascension. And we need to... For it is not about self-judgment, but we need to get rid of, in order to live, to exist in this new reality, there will be an age of peace, an age of concord, an age of bliss and brotherhood. But we need to let go of Cupid desires of the lowest order, of manipulation, jealousy, racism, unkindness. For we cannot exist within this unipolar reality of where it's a world of inclusion. Everybody will be included. Everybody will have it all. But we need to qualify ourselves. So just continue to purify your thoughts, to work with your guides and spirit, to connect to the heart, to tune into love, to bring love into all situations, to let go of self-judgment as well, because it is a very difficult period of tests. And the tests are really hard sometimes because the God, the universe, will make the situation that we fear really real. So we feel that the fear is real when it is actually just a test to see how do we handle it, how do we deal with extreme situations. It is a period of qualification. It's the last exam. It is not quite the last exam just yet. It is what we call the dragon cloud. It's the assembly of the dragon cloud, the assembly of the selection, and then there will be the dragon flower, the assembly of the elected, that will just come into the celebration for the new age that will be coming. 2021 is like a bridge. We've been trying to cross that river for a long time, swimming, but the currents always brought us back to the physical reality and to our own limitations. So God and the spirits created this bridge, and when we just stepped onto this bridge, and throughout the whole year, at the mid-year on the Lion's Gate, we'll be on top of the bridge. We're going to start to see the other side of the river bank. We're going to be able to arrive there. If you want a private session, do not hesitate to send me an email. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions. For today was a great gift. When I woke up, there was snow, and it's like all white, but it's not like heavy snow or anything. It's not like taking a 2-week ski vacation, but it is very pretty. I haven't seen snow in a long time. For me, it's like a little gift. And I'm going to pull a few cards to see what the oracles of the day. The past is creation. It is holding the globe of creation, becoming aware that we have a power within the creation. What we are now is a reparation. We're going to be able to fix. We're fixing a lot of things that needed to be addressed. And the future will be forgiveness. I'm going to return to speak about that. Forgiveness is going to be essential. What we're working on now is courage, to face our fear, to face our shadow, to perfect our character, to have courage, to be bold, to be audacious. And the outcome will be success. There is this tree, the tree of wisdom, the result of that work. So do not be hard on yourself. Do not be hard on others. What we came here to do is to love more, to love better, to share more. For God is whatever we have is what God shares with us. But when we connect to our higher self, our divine self, we'll be able to expand this love and this consciousness. For I come into the vector of unconditional love to make those messengers. I am the truth of the infinite God. But this is a secret, and you are too. It is for everything in the relative world is just a simulation, a holographic simulation, and just the other dimension are just holographic simulation. But the fifth dimension is a holographic simulation where it's love, joy, acceptation, and eternal bliss of being this wholeness. When this simulation down here is conflict and opposition and domination and ego and all those things. So we want to move to a new level of the higher level of simulation. For in the truth, why do we say it's a simulation and it's an illusion? It's not an illusion because we make it real, but only the internal infinite truth of God is the reality, this love of God, and that is really what we seek to. That's beyond form, since it holds all form. And so we eventually we're going to come into this universal being. We'll be omnicentric. We'll be everywhere at once. The idea of travel will no longer be possible. Our life will be evolving within us. For we are the one. But it's, of course, I'm getting outside of the box of what is acceptable to believe, maybe at this point. But I was expressing some thoughts and ideas for the principles of attraction. We still have a long process before we become whole with the one. We become one with the one. That is all. But doesn't matter. We're eternal beings. We'll have all the time in the world. So do not rush. Slow down. Take your time. Enjoy yourself as much as possible. So in the principles of attraction is really what makes this life fun, this life enjoyable. And in the third dimension, this bipolar reality, the dance of attraction is very much about manipulation and seduction and domination. And so, but there's still interest in that. But this dance of creation, still the attraction, between the yin and the yang, masculine and feminine, still goes on, will continue to go on once we move into the fifth dimension. But it will be about love and inclusion, about this feeling state on the soul level. The connection will be a lot deeper. The intimacy level will be a lot deeper. So there will be a lot of depths within the new levels of relationship that are awaiting us once we make that connection. For we are asked to move from a mental state to a feeling state, and understanding that love, this is something that's from the mind, that love is not just an understanding, it has to be felt. It's very different to know something and to be able to apply it. So we're working on application of those things that we believe, and so do not... So just continue to cultivate this idea, this understanding, that you want to feel that love, and just to move away from mental concept. For people can be using words to say, oh, I love you, but if there is no feeling behind it, it's like it's empty. It's just a thing to reassure people. I'm not saying that to say I love you, but it's when you really love someone and it's like this person can feel it. You don't need to say it necessarily. It was this movie Matrix. At some point, Neo, the main character, for you are Neo, you are the singularity that breaks the matrix. There are many symbols in this movie. He meets this programmer from India in this subway station, and he explains to him what is love, what is karma. For they're just words, but it's the connection, the implications that are behind the words that makes it meaningful, that makes it real. So we really have to move from a mental state to a feeling state more and more. And because we're going to have to be face to face with a lot of very important disclosure, a lot of truths are going to be coming up that are not necessarily be enjoyable to see for humanity. And so how do we respond? Through love or through fear? That will be very important. Those who will have hatred and wanting to pay back to vengeance and all those things will miss out on the possibility of being loving and forgiving. Everybody will get its due. Karma will play its part. Everything will be balanced out, but to love and forgive will be able to protect yourself from being drawn into this negative emotion. For either we deal with emotion or we suppress them. It's like very important to deal with emotion rather than try to avoid them. For right now, there is a reevaluation, a restructuration of all the social, political, and economic structures of our society. So it is like we're on a pressure cooker. We understand. And there are many dramas to choose from. You can choose this drama of pandemic, you can choose this drama of U.S. election, you can choose local dramas. There's so many dramas, but all of this a lot of it is fake news. You just want to be, For it is only the truth, the truth of God, the feeling state, the unity in the heart, the love and light and wisdom that is the real truth, that is the real news, love, joy, peace, freedom, happiness. This is the truth. For there is certain things within the parameters of society that's more real than others, but even on the social media, sometimes the people want spectacular. So if there is nothing new that is happening, people will, those who are making those broadcasts and report, they will invent news to please people and attract more crowd, to keep them interested in the drama of creation. So just the discernment, and utilize humor as much as possible to deal with the tensions of the situation. Do not take things too seriously. If you want a private session, I don't know if I mentioned that, but feel free to send me an email. And thank you for your likes, your comments, your sharing, your donations. And for very soon, I feel like I'm gonna. It's still snowing. It's pretty. I'm gonna be able to move on to the next level. I'll be very, very busy with all those things. I'll continue to communicate, of course, but I won't be able to make those private sessions anymore. The highest wisdom is nothing is better than home. Is having a sense of what it is we really want as a home, to feel good within our body, to have this. To create a creative space for ourselves where we find peace, joy, fulfillment, gratitude. What we need to understand is going far. There is a long road ahead, so we may as well feel good in the here and now. Once we can slow down, then we can be prepared to go further. What we need to do is TikTok, is connecting to the eternal moment of now, to know that time and space do not exist. They exist on some level, but they're part of the. When you think of spirit, any ascended masters or archangel, they're there right away. Even if you always think of a galactic family that's like hundreds of light years away, you think of them, poof, they're here. They don't need time for that because they are in non-time. They are non-time reality, and space can be bridged. We've discovered that there's all kinds of ways to bridge space within the universe. Very soon we'll discover new technologies and understanding, and the outcome is going to be young. We're going to be able to have this inspired action, to move out of waiting, for we've been waiting a long time. The main thing is the fifth dimension that is coming. It's like the return of God, the return of truth, justice, balance, harmony, and it is the feminine Christ, the Sophia, that is unfolding. The second coming of Christ is the awakening within your own heart of this divine love, of forgiveness. So it is part of that. For imagination, we want to continue to use imagination, because even if something is illusionary, it's a double-edged sword, where we can have imagine something and then we're disappointed because it does not happen. But it still expand our consciousness. So sometimes it's like if you get your guidance, you're imagining something more and more. We're going to be able to cultivate that astral relationship with our dreams and visions and so on. Even if your guidance will tell you it doesn't feel right, so you just let it go. If Spirit says to stop, then you stop. But if they don't say anything, that means it's part of your process to imagine. And sometimes it stimulates, even if sometimes some things are not meant to come into your reality. And yet, when you have these deep desires and you create this fantasy within your imagination realm, it gives. Spirit will try to see if that can be included within your reality. So do not judge yourself or others for their views. As long as you do no harm, and do not let anybody do you harm as well. I'd never push a thought or an idea or force anything on anybody else. Just trust the universe to bring you things in grace. For this coming into this 2021 is like it's a 5 year. It's a year number 5. 2021 numerologically. The 5-star point is the 5th dimension. It is the 5 finger beyond the square of the direction, and there is this point of freedom that will be opening. And so this is about what I wanted to talk about. For we have to let go of knowledge, of beliefs, of goal, to see the new level of reality that Spirit wants to show us, to restructure our 4 bodies. The physical body has been crystalline and aligned and accelerated. The mental body has been clean and clear, so it can access the higher mental body. The emotional body is the same thing. It is being healed and made whole, so that it can access joy and compassion and the higher frequencies, for it is through our emotional body that we'll be able, the feeling state of life, that will reach those higher planes. And the astral body is going to become much more important, as we'll be able, astral spiritual, because it will allow us to travel outside of the limitation of the physical. And so, did I pull some cards with this deck? Yes, I did. I'm sorry. So I'm going to sing a song. It's a song. It's an old song of The Cure. It's called "Just Like Heaven." Finish this video. It goes like this. Show me how you do that trick. The one that makes me scream, she said. The one that makes me laugh, she said. And threw her arms around my neck. Show me how you do it. And I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you. Spinning on that dizzy edge, and I kissed her face, and I kissed her head. I dream of all the different ways I had to make her glow. Why are you so far away, she said. Why don't you ever know that I'm in love with you, that I'm in love with you? You, soft and only you, lost and lonely you, strange as angels dancing in the deepest ocean, twisting in the water. You're just like a dream, you're just like a dream. Daylight licked me into shape. I must have been asleep for days, and moving lips to breathe a name. I opened up my eyes, and found myself alone, 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 above the raging sea, that stole the only girl I loved, and drowned her deep inside of me. You, soft and only you, lost and lonely you, just like heaven. So it is very much about finding this heavenly reality, to allow it to happen. Like, it's, to me, to see the snow outside is a bit like heaven today. It's like I haven't seen snow in a few years. Last time was when I went to ski a few years ago. Can't wait to go skiing, actually. Go to the mountain. For the card of the day is the Lady of Gabriel, passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. So it is really what we want to find: this passion, the charm, the brilliance, the grace, the flow, the easy flow. You can right now undertake anything. Go towards what you aspire. You attract the people capable to coming to your help. So it's about finding this complementarity, to continue to cultivate this. For we're here to teach. We are here to show people the way, to keep them in a sphere of optimism, of joy, and to be complementary to each other as well. For that's why we came here, to co-create a new reality. I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.